Capricorn, welcome to your Intimate Tarot reading. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read Intimate Tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box. Heads up. If you're that person who is sensitive around the topics of intimate energy, sexual description, so on and so forth, feel free to pass this one up. This is not your message type. No offense taken, none whatsoever. I don't want you to watch anything that would come into conflict with who you are, what you believe, because you will take nothing from it, and that defeats the purpose of any and all tarot. And all tarot, like all YouTube, is at will. You don't have to watch anything. Okay? That's it. Myself, personally, I understand intimate energies comes into play as who we are as individuals, and thus it stands to reason can and will affect our relationships. So, from my point of view, my philosophy is the more you know. The more we know about ourselves, including our sexual energies, we can see how far it goes, how we value it or don't value it, how it affects our lives, doesn't affect our lives, so on and so forth. Again, the more you know. That's it. That's all. That's why we're here. But yeah, for a further explanation, check out the description box. You know? And I say that just because I know I'm going to get those folks. There's more to relationships and sexual energy, and I can literally timestamp it and be like, what did I just say, boo-boo? That's why we're here. Oh no, honey. A lot of people take their sexual energies to a weird place, an ignored place, a neglected place, a bad place, and then they wonder why things end up the way they do. You know? If you have a pulse, you have energy types. Yeah? Spiritual energies, emotional energies, mental energies, sexual energies, 3D energies, the material world, absolutely 100%. So yeah, we want to know more, not less. Okay? What's going on, please? Show me that Capricorn sexual energy. Show me that Capricorn. Oh. What's this now? Oh, you got a couple. Fidelity, dreams. Oh. Stop it now. Some of you, FYI, might have a rose tattoo. It's very distinct on this card. Doesn't have to be. But fidelity and dreams. We have dreams of something long-standing. Something with a depth. Something with meaning. Okay? Sexual energy specifically. That as it relates to fidelity. We dream of this. Okay? We want our sexual energy to extend beyond, of course, just the fulfillment of pleasure in and of itself. We want it to mean something, have value for the long term. Reliable sexual energy. We dream of this. We dream of this. We fantasize this. For some people, absolutely, that is a sexual turn-on. To understand that you have access to one person's body and they yours, that in and of itself can be a huge turn-on. Okay, that concept of fidelity. Some of you dream about it. Will there ever come a day where I can really lock that energy down, commit to it, they commit to me? Some of you fantasize about it. I don't know that it's anyone specific. It seems to be in the general sense. Will it have something strong and loyal? Or is that just going to be a fantasy? Will somebody love me all the way through? That regardless, they show up for me consistently, over and over again. It's a dream. Some people, absolutely, that's a sexual fantasy for them. They know. The visual, the actual visual of somebody, whoever that is, be it a he or she, who walks through the door, says, hi, honey, and then they have the whole world that surrounds that. It's a very strong sexual fantasy for some people. The idea of having it all. And that dream is the basis for the reality that they would manifest for themselves. So you're absolutely right. That dream of fidelity, the long-standing, the upright commitment, that's a huge turn-on for a lot of people. You betcha. That's one of the reasons why I read this. That way I can tell you if it's happening or if it's just going to be a waste of your time. So, let's talk about it. What's going on, please? Show me Capricorn. Ooh, got to shuffle that one away, honey. This one's got snap. Now, I've been using this one. This is Arcanum, I believe, tarot. I've repurchased this a couple of times. It's a great tarot deck. But, oh my goodness, it takes a while to get, reduce that snap. Break in other words. And I, much to many a person's dismay, shuffle the correct way instead of that quiet side shuffle where you're actually shuffling like 50 at a time. So you're not actually shuffling. You're just regrouping things. And why? Because people can't stand the sound? Do you want your card shuffled or not, honey? No, that's a real shuffle. Yes. Like, people can't stand the sound, then I guess they don't want real tarot either. All right, sorry. It is what it is. I said what I said. What's going on, please, for Capricorn? Show me that Capricorn sexual energy. Show me that Capricorn sexual energy. What's going on? Sometimes I do make it extra snappy just to piss people off. I mean, I'm a Scorpio. Sting, sting. What's going on, please? Show me that Capricorn sexual energy. Show me that Capricorn sexual energy. Now, all joking aside, I do value proper shuffling. Okay? How else will you know? All right, what's going on? Ooh, Knight of Wands. You're feeling it, but Five of Pentacles, so you're not feeling it. There's your passion right there with the Knight of Wands, the sexual energy, the oomph. Five of Pentacles, breaking from it, separating from it, no longer distributing it, giving it out, or showing interest. We shall see. Who is connected to the Chariot, the Queen of Pentacles? I have someone who is showing up, or would like to show up emotionally, and then also with some strong components of longevity attached to them, the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing. We are either currently not showing this person our sexual energy, or you have recently broken from something that suggests you are no longer pointing your sexual energy in a particular direction. So this could be someone who could be a possibility then, because they're showing me strength and conviction from the heart, as well as the long-standing practices of the Queen of Pentacles. This is comfort zone, this is home, this is nurturing, okay? But yeah, that's pretty fierce. What's going on? Ace of Wands, Four of Wands, the Knights of Pentacles. So, okay. We have not been expressing our sexual energy, so it could very well be that you do have a new opportunity before you, my friend. Slowly but surely. It comes in as a woof, but Knight of Pentacles, take my time. So, you're not completely anxious to just throw yourself back out there just yet. So it's not that you lack passion, but you're saying you've had to break from it. Wherever it used to point, it doesn't point there anymore. Okay? For some of you, it might have been a moment since you've last had sexual engagement. In other words, perhaps some of you were celibate for a period. We'll see. Okay. Obstacles, Nine of Swords, getting out of your head. Okay. Seven of Cups. I think we're opening up, you guys. I think we're opening up. I was already saying, why aren't you pointing out delicious sexual energy towards that? So you might be. Yeah, it could be a brand new beginning, a fresh start. Something that presents itself up front sooner rather than later about what it actually is or the potential of it. But you still say, and I think that's wise of you, and I agree with you. I think taking your time, because sometimes things present themselves searing like a blinding light, and that's pretty darn blinding. So is there a lot of hope in that? Guys, it's not just sex. What is fire? Fire is hope. It's light. It's, hey, pay attention. Okay. So we have hope here for what looks like a relationship, and that's going to present itself. When it presents itself, it will show up. You can't mistake it. But I do agree with your approach to it. It's like, let's take it easy. Let's make sure it's the real thing, right? Because we're interested, we fantasize, we dream of fidelity. So some of you actually did break, literally, from your passions and showing that at all. In the interest of, I can't put my passion forward. Now, fire signs are very capable of doing that. They know how to put that fire out there, but with the interest of love behind it, if that's what their prerogative is. But not everybody's comfortable with it. A lot of people are like, oh, my passion just gets me into trouble, so they push it off, they shove it away, act like it's no big deal, but it's important. Okay? So this is what happens when we minimize what's part of us. Now, I want to see why you, looks like, deliberately cut your passions off, or you're just out of tune with it. Let's take a look at you. Let's take a look. Let's get Capricorn up on the rack. Okay? Like I took you into the shop, and now we're going to get you up on the rack. I know I've said that before, but yeah, we're going to start with the Casanova. But the way I say it, sometimes it does sound mechanical. All right, let's see that Five of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands. Let's see that Five of Pentacles, please, to the Knight of Wands. Show me that Five of Pentacles, please, to the Knight of Wands. It's interesting. I hope so. I don't know. That person looks firmly planted. Like, I know what's up. Let's see. All right. Show me that Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Show me that Five of Pentacles, please, to the Knight of Wands. King of Swords, you made up your mind. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so you're saying love comes first. Okay, cool. You made up your mind about this, and it's adamant. It's a fresh point for you. It's a sharp point for you, and you are living by this point. So this is what you said, right? We are not putting fire forward ever again. So I don't know why that came up to be a hard rule for you, but perhaps you feel, like I said before, I see this sometimes with people when they show me the Five of Pentacles over that Knight of Wands or the Ace of Wands. It's my passion that's gotten me into trouble. That's not true. Your passion is normal and part of who you are. It's what we do with it. If we let our passions run away with us for somebody that we know is no good for us, or we know it's a bad job, that's when we learn to distrust ourselves, and that's unfortunate. Okay, but I understand what you're saying. I don't disagree with it. If that's what feels like it's correct for you, then it is. So if you're saying you're not going to put any display of passion out there, you want to develop emotions first, that way you know what you're dealing with is legit, then that's what's correct for you. You seem to be determined upon it, and I'm not going to argue with you because it looks pretty straightforward. I just want you to remember, don't neglect your passion. It's still part of who you are. And when you connect with somebody appropriately, they appreciate it for what it is. They don't take it for granted, or they don't just use you for passion, okay? So by all means, I understand you made a firm decision here. I want to pursue love. I want to be romance first. I want someone to speak to my heart first, and I want to speak to their heart first. That's going to be the initial exchange of anybody you meet from this point forward, and that's the Capricorn I'm looking at. Emotional investment first. I've made up my mind. Can't talk me out of it. Cool. Just know that when it's time for the passion to kick in, that's still part of you. And if you connect with the right person, your passion should never get you into trouble. Okay? Not unless you do something or go out of your way to do something wrong with it. Otherwise, it's healthy passion. So some of you might have been celibate for a minute with you when you focus on love, and that is active exploration. It is. You just don't put your fire at the forefront. You know, you're not too heavy with the flirting. You're being mindful about where you're going. Let's say, instead of saying like meeting somebody at the bar, which by the way, never works out. That's not me. That's studies. And don't get me wrong, there are always cases that are otherwise, but it's like a 1 in a million scenario. Okay, so no, just being mindful of where you're connecting, how you're connecting with people, under what circumstances. Okay, that way we can have a stronger idea of how to emotionally express ourselves to somebody. So it's beautiful. Your intentions are beautiful. You want to keep your heart open. It's like, I'm going to leave my passion out of it until I know that I feel emotionally secure. Cool. Like I said, we have dreams here of fidelity. Okay, and so you have a particular plan here of bringing the emotions to the forefront. Emotional attachment, emotional investment, but you want to be in love first is your point. Okay, I want to be in love first is what Capricorn's saying before I put my sex out there. I understand. Okay, and you know, this is normal also, by the way, with Scorpios that go through celibacy periods. You know, and I strongly agree with that. It's kind of like a palate cleanser, just a kind of way to refresh yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically until you go off on your next adventure or your next connection. Is take a break, you know, between your body and your feelings. Again, that celibacy period, it can be very critical for one's sense of development and readiness. So if that's what you've gone through, I completely applaud that. I understand it. I respect it. So good for you if that was you. Okay, let's see this person, the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles, please. So this person, they have a very strong drive attached to them about longevity, household energy, fidelity, okay? Possibly family-oriented. Let's take a look. Let's see that Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles. Show me that Chariot, please, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups, Judgment. Oh, they've made some decisions too. This person has a kind of similar mindset to yours in that they are about empowerment. These are the decisions I've made. And this person has judgment and or lessons attached to them, as in possibly being a good opportunity as they present themselves to you or you present themselves, so on and so forth. My point is that they also have a long-standing concept attached to them. This person showing me heavy emphasis on family orientation. Okay. I am interested in stability. I am interested in family. Emotional connectivity points that go beyond just you and I being in love. Again, Ten of Cups is comprehensive. So it's like they're saying it's not enough for me to be in love. I have a greater goal in mind, and that is family, home, hearth, the conviction of it, and they stand by this as Emperor. So this is somebody who is very much used to saying, this is my mind, this is my empowerment, this is what I'm looking for. They're not going to be very flexible with it. So if what you were thinking about was fidelity, this is your person. So step on up. Because this person, I will say this, they are interested in family. If they don't already have family, as in children, okay, then they want that. They are showing me the rabbit, which, as we know, is ultimately the symbol of reproduction, plus familiar, household energy. Emperor, this person could be male or female, I honestly don't know, but they're just showing me the force of direction for which their will is dictating their actions, and it's quite strong. So if you want someone who knows who they are, and they stand up for empowerment, and they stand up for fidelity, and they stand up for home and family, this is your person. Rahar. The question is when. It may have just started, I don't know, but you really, really are, again, I don't know if I emphasize this enough, so just to repeat myself, which is something we all know I do, you are showcasing heart first. I want to emotionally invest. That will be the priority. If you have started to connect with this person, you already kind of have an idea of the value of what they are offering, and I think that's why you're showing me or showcasing very much emotional interest first, emotional investment. So you're trying to leave your sexual energies out of it, as well as likely coming out of a celibacy period. Am I right? Well, you're busy. Yeah, I mean, this is quality. This quality energy. In terms of its sexual components, well, as it relates to home, hearth, and the natural love between two people, then yeah, I don't really get too much of their sexual activity other than the fact that they want peace, harmony, home, household, okay, family. So whatever sexual energy that would come from that naturally, okay, as its own kind of discourse. Make sense? There's not an emphasis for them either. You know this, I think. When you start connecting with them, like I said, it's either happening now or it will be soon. Let's check out, let's jump on over to that downline, yeah? Let's see that Ace of Wands. Let's see that Ace of Wands, though, is incredibly straightforward. Wow. If, just FYI, regarding your background noise, I understand why you're not showcasing fire, but if you are coming from a situation where you broke from it recently, just take it easy. Okay? I know, Capricorn, honey, you're always anxious to make a good investment. I just want to make sure that you took the necessary time out. Okay? I do not ever advocate jumping cups, so I'm assuming that's not what you did. You immediately got out of one thing just to launch yourself into another. Okay? Other than that, I would say you know yourself pretty well. Or at least you understand the situation well enough to understand what needs to be put forward. So that tells me you're taking it seriously. Okay? All right, Ace of Wands. Show them the Ace of Wands. In other words, I can't quite tell where you're coming from, but I see where you are. Let's see that Ace of Wands. Show them the 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 Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's looking like a brand new opportunity. Specifically for a relationship that actually has somewhere to go and somewhere to grow. Four of Wands is relationship, bare minimum, no matter how two people define it. Could be commitment, may not be. The point is that the idea is there, and you like the idea. You like the idea a lot. Let's see that Ace of Wands, please. Show me that Ace of Wands. Show me that Ace of Wands. Three of Wands. Magician. Oh, you've been waiting for this. Oh, you've been waiting to enter this new cycle. You've been waiting to enter cycle, honey. You've been manifesting it. You've been manifesting it. You've been manifesting it. Three of Wands, though this was with purpose. You were waiting and manifesting actively this opportunity. You are coming off an old cycle and entering a new one. So the world is one sexual, and this again is sexual tarot, intimate tarot, whatever. I came up with the name because YouTube kept showing monetary restrictions when I used the word sexual, so I changed it to intimate. That's why. So I go back and forth between the two. Anyway, so here you're showing me this. I told you I couldn't quite tell where you were coming from. So some of you have exited a relationship where intimacy was involved, and now you're opening the doors to a new one. However, you are showing me what we would call a grace period in between activities. Good. That was my concern. So yes, while you did stop pointing your sexual energy at something else, or someone else I should say, you are entering a new cycle, but there is some distance, there's some cushion there, okay, in between those two. We want that, okay? It's really, I can't emphasize this enough regarding emotional energy cleansing, sexual energy cleansing, mental cleansing. We need breaks, proper breaks, where we get recalibrated with ourselves before we enter into a new thing, especially if you're taking it seriously. So that's what you're doing. So you gave yourself a little grace period there, okay? And in that grace period, that Three of Wands period, you were actively manifesting a new opportunity. Congratulations, it's here. And whatever this is you broke from in the past, you know, it gave you enough room to understand what it is you don't want. And, you know, by those standards, we end up really honing in on our manifestation skills. Well, now I know what I don't want. You know what I mean? And that gives us freedom to pull in correctly what is for us. And that's what you're showing me that you've done. So congratulations. It's wonderful. You did a great job. So you learned whatever it is you needed to learn from whatever preceded this. Okay? And now you are really amped up, and I would even say ready to enter a new cycle. You have ID'd this person as this could be it. So you are taking it super serial. Okay? That's South Park, by the way. Somebody at some point on the characters in the show said super serial, and it's stuck with me ever since. Okay, let's see that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands, please. Show me that Four of Wands. Show me that Four of Wands, please. I have to admit, the only piece I'm curious about, does this person have lessons attached to them that I can't see? Yeah. You might even know what they are in time as you become more acquainted with them. I'm very curious about that. If I have time, I might take a deeper look at that. I feel like scratching it. You know, scratching the surface a little more on that judgment. It's powerful energy. I like it a lot. That upfront energy of the Emperor, I know who I am and I'm empowered, but then they have a softer energy behind that with the Queen of Pentacles. So this is someone who is nurturing, a little bit more on the tender side as it relates to their home, comfort, and care. So I like that. It's a nice combination between being firm and soft. I love that. That's great. I do. I really do. I wish more people understood their feminine, masculine sides, because we all have both. Some is a little more than others. Point is are we in touch with them, you know? So I have somebody here's a little touch with that. They might have a touch of Cancer in their chart, touch of Aries, but they could be Earth, yes. Anyway, I'm curious about that judgment. What is it they've learned, or the lessons they got that brought them here to you at some point? Everybody's got an origin story. I know that. I started eliminating past because more often than not people already know that. But sometimes I get curious. Especially when I see judgment there. The timing was right for this person, or do they needed time to understand what it is that they wanted? Something more comprehensive, solid, very strong sense of family orientation there. They want to be the man of the household or the woman of the household. That's what that is, and it's really strong. It's palpable. But why is judgment there? That's the thing. All right. The Four of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, Page of Swords. How interesting. They're opening up a relationship in this, getting on the same page with you. It's a very active, constructive effort. That's interesting. They are waking up towards you in that sense of solidity. Let me see that Knight of Pentacles really quick. See, now I very much want to see that judgment. Oh, how foreshadowing was that? Show me this Knight of Pentacles, please. Show me that Knight of Pentacles. Show me that Knight of Pentacles. Show me that Knight of Pentacles. I see you two trying to calibrate to get on the same page in terms of relationship goals. They are showing me hesitancy in that they wanted to make sure that this is correct for them. Knight of Pentacles, please. Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, the Two of Pentacles. You're doing something more or less similar. It's kind of like you're both trying to figure out, is the other person the one? Okay, That's fair. After all, this is what looks like a connectivity that is trying to form, and you both have the same question. They want to know if you're both more or less thinking the same thing. We haven't asked it yet. This is in the future a little bit. So as your manifestation efforts and where you've come from is clear, and you are excited by this, you both have the same question: is this going somewhere? As you're literally building it. So they're getting more comfortable in building an emotional preset with you and relationship orientation, but they haven't opened up enough to ask you, is this what you want? Because I know what I want. Do you know what you want? And you're in that same position. You understand, Ace of Swords and the King of Cups, that the love here needs to come first. And Two of Pentacles, but is it headed in the same direction? So in a weird way, it's kind of sweet. You both just need to take your time. And that question is this the one? Is this both going somewhere? That's normal for two people as they begin to unravel with each other, especially when you see the initial signs that you're developing something with somebody. Very normal. It can be exciting, and it is. Four of Wands, Ace of Wands, it's exciting. Something's building here, and we both know it. But neither one of you is really in a position to talk about it just yet. You both need more time to let things develop naturally before we start putting words to this. It's just so tentative, and it's new. You're both kind of, well, not to sound crude, but you're both kind of sniffing around each other to make sure that, yes, this is exciting. I just want to make sure that we have the opportunity to be in each other's hearts for the right reason. Are we both relationship oriented? So you're both kind of sniffing around each other, getting each other's cues. You're learning about each other's signals, emotionally, sexually, or otherwise. Yeah, you're both waking up to the same thing. So it's just a matter of time before you have that discussion, but just put it off. Allow you two to discover each other before you start hitting the books on the serious business. I know and respect the fact that neither one of you clearly wants to waste each other's time. But there's a big difference between, you know what, let's just try to discover each other in this first couple of months versus the talk. So you're both thinking, so that tells me by default you're both on the same page. You just don't know that you're on the same page. But you will when the timing is right. When it's time for those discussions, then it's time for those discussions. Just allow the both of you to open up and unfold to this. Okay, it's beautiful. You're both flowers, but you're both kind of tentative flowers. And that's because you both want the same thing. You both dreamed. I see it strongly attached to them. And you were like heart first, so I know you're taking it seriously. But you both had dreams of fidelity. You'll get there. I see them being shy about the subject. I see you also questioning the same subject. Okay? Their focus is on relationship emotional compatibility. Are you and I, do we have the same goals? Yours is, are they going to feel the same way? Because you already kind of have a strong emotional investment towards this. And they just want to know, are you invested in a relationship? They don't want to put too much of themselves out there. So again, you're more or less on the same page. It's a matter of time before it's discussed. Okay, give it some room to grow, the both of you. But yeah, I mean, give us some time, guys. We're looking at the next couple of weeks, if months. Okay, that conversation, I trust you. Just trust me, it's inevitable. It will come up when the timing's right. So maybe stop sniffing around each other so much as just try to enjoy the flow. You're both a little tense. You're both a little nervous. You're both wondering the same thing. Is this going to go somewhere? Is this the one? I see that a lot. And I say stop asking if it's the one. If you keep asking, you're not going to be able to feel the natural flow of it. The natural flow will tell you if it's the one. You won't have to question it. Okay? So I want you both to ease up, trust yourselves. You're showing me a certain level of I know who I am, so do they. So put those two knowledges together. And the compatibility for the long term will reveal itself in time. That's it. Okay? Alright. You see that Nine of Swords? Some of that Nine of Swords, please, as being the obstacle, overthinking things. It's normal. You know, Nine of Swords, the mental conflict, the anxiety, the stress. You know, what if this doesn't work out? What if this, you know, I feel strongly and they don't, so on and so forth. All that crap is normal. Nine of Swords. You see that Nine of Swords, please? Very normal obstacle. Okay? It's just, do we allow it to consume us? And that's when it surpasses into a real issue. We don't want that. Okay? All right, the Sun. Yes, the Emperor. Very good. The Nine of Wands. See, you're both doing it. You two are oddly on the same page without discussing that you're on the same page. You both have the same level of rational fears and concerns. So again, I'm going to default to, you both need to keep in mind just trying to open up towards each other in that first level. I know it's exciting. But there's that undertone, the under concern you both have. Is this going somewhere? Is this going somewhere? Is this going somewhere? Is this going somewhere? You know? You're saying you want the real deal. They're saying they want family orientation, relationships specifically. Between the two of you, more or less, you're both expressing the same thing to me, energetically. So that Emperor right here has that Nine of Wands attached to them. That's a little bit of defensiveness about the warmth of this. And is this going somewhere? Okay. It's funny, and you want to know, Nine of Swords is attached to you with the Sun. Are we both feeling warm in this? You're both concerned about the same damn thing at the same damn time. It's kind of sweet. I just don't want it to consume either one of you. That just tells me you've both been through some shit, but you got out of tune with listening to the proper current between you two. Okay? I don't want either one of you to get yourselves in a position where you shoot yourselves in the foot straight out the gate. If somebody is generally enjoying building something with you, you'll feel it and you won't have to question it. So I want you two to ease up, just enjoy each other in those initial connectivity points, weeks, months, okay? I can tell that you both have been disappointed in things and you thought it was going somewhere. You both have that stamped on you. I thought this was going somewhere. Okay. I want you both to kind of ease up on that, the expectations. Old expectations that weren't met. Okay? Try to appreciate the moment more, the better, the both of you, okay? You manifested something, it's here. You have their plan of action. I get it. I agree with it. They have their own sense of concepts of what's important to me. Between the two of you, you can meet easily in the middle instead of your fears. I don't want your fears to meet in the middle. I want your goals to meet in the middle. Okay? All right, let's see that Seven of Cups. Let's see that Seven of Cups. Let's see that Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's some hesitation. There is some hesitation. You're both like nervous Nellies. You're both like nervous horses a little bit, which is interesting because you both showed me core personalities. That's where you two need to meet in the middle, not your fears. Okay? All right. See how sexual energy goes now? All right, Seven of Cups. We have the Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, you know. That's great. Wow. Okay. Fantastic. I like this. That's improvement. I was worried about the two of you if you're going to allow yourself to let it flow through. So this is what's happening. Excellent. Very good. So Seven of Cups, the Six of Swords. That made me happy. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of the Seven of Cups. It's a bullshit card. It's one of those things where if you have options in love, it's not so great when you're the option, right? We're actually moving out of that construct. The Six of Swords, we surpass the options and the bullshit sort of vague feelings, and we're up in the ante. Somebody is committing to their sense of feeling or their flow. I think it's actually the both of you, considering how you have a similar undercurrent of concerns, worries, fears, and previous things that have not worked out. You're both doing exactly what I said. When the flow is natural between you two, and that's what you actually allow yourselves to experience, okay? That thing about, is this going somewhere? Do they feel the same? All that shit goes away. The confusingness goes away. And we can have a commitment to the feeling, the flow of it specifically. Specifically a commitment to the expression. This is how I feel. And somebody meets you there. You're meeting each other there in the same space. And then that fear goes down. I told you, it's a little too soon to have that talk. Are we on the same page? Do we have the same goals? I'm kind of freaked out because this feels good and I don't want to be threatened with this sense of losing it before it has a chance to kick off. But also, P.S., I don't want to waste my time. See what I'm saying? All that crap that's rolling around in both of your minds and spirits. Eventually you'll get to that point where it needs to be discussed. And then, surprise, turns out you both feel more or less the same way, and that's what you can commit to. Very good. Very good, Capricorn. You, your person, whomever they may be. Oh, see, I did say if I had more time. I want to see that person's judgment just a little bit. I don't know why certain things pique my curiosity as opposed to others. That's just what intuition is. Follow that. Go left. Look up. Notice the time. That thing happens to me all day, every day. You get used to it. but it can be incredibly annoying. What's judgment, please? Show me judgment, please, attached to this person. What's this about? They have a lesson here, a decision, powerful decision, knowing who they are. On the outside, they have that firm exterior, kind of a rolling up badass. I know who I am. I'm the emperor. But at home, soft, very soft. And I get that. I'm like that. I do. I understand that. It's, when I'm home, I say it all the time, you check the crazy at the door. Crazy does not cross my threshold. Right? My home is my home. And it is peace. It is tranquil. It is predictable. I don't care. It's loving. It's all that. But what it's not is insane. Okay? So when I'm at home, I'm extremely feminine. I want my nest a certain way. Thank you. It's a comfort thing, and it's a quality of home thing. I strongly believe the way you take care of your environment says a lot about how you take care of yourself. It's not a belief, actually, it's fact. It's, you know, so I understand this person's energy, the strength of their own particular convictions, beautiful. The Chariot, Ten of Cups, it's comprehensive. You know, I'm all about the family. But that judgment there, very curious. It's interesting. I can tell that this person's sense of self and sex is very much tied to their overall operation. In other words, again, confident in who they are, which is great. That's wonderful. You can't put a price on sexual confidence, and I don't mean competence as in I could get that, I could get that. That's such garbage. Such garbage. I mean sexual confidence. This is how I'm comfortable with me. This is what I could do with you. You don't just go around giving that out. You know what I'm saying? So no, big difference. But what's up with that judgment? The Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man. They took time. They took some time out. Kind of like how you did, I believe. The Hanged Man, Ace of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. They have a good job of listening to their energy when they're saying it was time to open up. So they are indeed that Ace of Wands that you said that you have been manifesting. It is a match. It's kind of like, duh, I saw that shit. There it is. They are your Ace of Wands. You manifested somebody who represents the dream of loyalty and fidelity, long-standing. And perhaps you always thought it was a dream that would never come true. Well, there's the dream right there. They felt called to this particular direction, i.e. you. And it's been moving in this particular direction for some time. But it was slow, the Knight of Pentacles. It was slow. It was a slow movement. Hanged Man perspective. Time was needed. Time was needed to understand what their new direction was. And so judgment was really showing up on this person as a decision to move in this direction. It took them time to arrive, but when they arrived, it was appropriate. It's meeting your level of manifestation requirements. So like I said, you two are more like than not. You have similar concerns, you have similar feelings, you have similar goals. And that's what matters, guys. How do you know the difference between a long-term and a short-term goals? Let's start with, do you have them? Relationship goals are a thing. Personal goals are a thing. Work goals are a thing. Mental goals are a thing. I'm going to start thinking like this. Emotional goals are a thing. I'm going to start feeling like this. Right? It's a choice to be happy, as to quote Rihanna. That's an emotional goal. Right? And so that's how you have any understanding at all about compatibility. Do you even have goals? And if they are, what are they like? Do they measure up? Are they equal, more or less, roughly speaking? You two are very much on the same page. You're speaking the same language, honestly. So whatever this Ace of Wands is, they're it. They're marked with it. They're literally the judgment. They've made the decision to be where they are and to connect with you as it's representing or matching or fulfilling your manifestation needs. Bingo, bango. I mean, you two are hand in glove. Honestly. Even your concerns are similar. So, you want to know you're compatible? Absolutely. Good job, the both of you. Good job, the both of you. Okay? Okay. I really like how you put heart forward. So, not only did you discontinue a sexual relationship with something prior to this, you took your time in between, and then also, see, it was both. It was both. It was both. You also said, for this situation, I've identified it as being the real deal. I'm going to withhold my passion for the time being and put water forward. So you know what's up. You know what's up. You know what's up. Okay? Redirect your thoughts. As I said that. You need to focus on what it is you need to attract this relationship, not repel it. Boom! Oh! Oh! So yeah, you are turned on by this, but you're like, I can't show that. Not yet. I need them to take me seriously. Got it. That's the plan. That's the focus. Man, you pulled yourself aside, didn't you? Redirect them thoughts. You're going to keep the door open to this. Don't be focused on that closed door. Right? Remember, the world represents the door. As one door closes, another opens. Right? And you kept the door open. That was the manifestation right here. And they are the one. Cough. Cough. See, even I'm like, dude, seriously, there's a reason I do what I do. But even now and again, I get a little cheeky. And I'm like, I gotta holster these hands. They're weapons, honey. I'm a quick draw. Damn, baby. Yes, they are the one. Everything here matches. You two match. Essentially, that was the point. You got a match. Now, that's a real match. You can't do that shit on Tinder. I'll tell you that right now. I wouldn't know. I've never used it, but I've learned enough of it to be disgusted by it. So, it is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. It looks like a really gross, weird, disgusting grocery list. No. Ew. Like I said, I've never been on it, but trust me, I've seen the gist of it. I've seen how it works. I had to go out of my way to see how it works because people, when I used to work with them one-on-one, in tarot, and then still in the comments to this day, refer to Tinder, and I'm like, I have no idea what the hell this is. So I had to look it up, learn about it, research it, just to be utterly disgusted by it. And I'm like, so this is why. This is why shit just falls apart now. What were you expecting exactly from doing this? You thought something real was going to come out of that? Sorry, it's no different, literally no different than showing up to the bar and expecting something to come out of that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a way of meeting people, truly. But you understand pretty much it's really just a app-approved sexual connectivity. I don't know, guys. It really, it's written. It's aimed at and towards sexual attraction. That's it. That's what it really caters to. So I don't know, man. The more I learn about it, the more disgusted I got, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old fuddy-duddy. I don't know. I tell you what, I'd rather be an old fuddy-duddy than to think that something magical is going to happen out of that. I'm sorry, I'm not big on delusions. Okay, some of you might have started connecting with this last autumn or upcoming autumn. Again, we're not in a rush here. Manifestation happens when it happens. And I clarified judgment further for a reason. It's either the indication of a powerful decision or time, and in this person's instance, it's actually both. So they will come through via your manifestation because they also want something similar. Like attracts like, and that's what you two are doing. Literally, your two likes are attracting each other. So it might damn well take till next autumn. Okay, so we're talking 8 to 9 months. And for the quality that you both represent, neither one of you should be in a rush anyway. And for others of you, it's right around the corner, within a week. Okay, when this all kicks off. Okay. Yeah, like I said, and for some of you, it's further out. For some of you, we're talking within a year to anywhere right around the corner to 18 months, a year and a half from now. So some of you haven't even exited this thing that you might be in that you understand in some way isn't going anywhere. So that was that huge emphasis that I had on the opening. Where are you? Have you just exited something and now you're trying to jump into something? Or did you take the time to recover? Actually, for you that I'm looking at, it's one and the same. You did exit something. You are withholding your passion on purpose. And you took time in between old connectivity and new connectivity. Some of you haven't even gotten there yet. Some of you have yet to break from it. And you got 18 months till you meet with that person, or possibly a year. There you go. Okay. Everybody's timeline is different, my love. Sometimes it jumps around like that. In which case, for some of you, if it's further out, it's predictive. This whole damn thing is predictive. That happens quite a bit. Especially when we're talking about time delays, manifestation skills, and trying to meet somewhere in between. Absolutely, it can be 100% a predictive reading. It's up to you. You'll find out. You'll find out, boo-boo. Okay. We have the hot air balloon in reverse. Some of you can't see this yet. Okay. Those dreams haven't taken off entirely, but they'll get there. The spatula, confirmation. For some of you, you like to cook or you're cooking right now. It's a profession, it's a hobby. I have no idea, but it's a little spatula. We have the Medine of Libra, but it's on the reverse. The key word here being charming. No doubt. I'm sure that you are very charming. It could be connecting to Libra, or you might have some very interesting Libra placements in your chart, but the key word here is charming. Yeah, I can see that. I can tell that the Capricorn I'm looking at, you got a little silver tongue right there. King of Swords, which, by the way, people forget this about sexual energy and emotional energies with the King, Queen of Swords. Those poor guys get no credit. They're always shown as being so emotionless, and that's just not true. They prefer, their default mode is information. Okay. But guess what? It takes someone of a sharp mind to have wit. What is wit associated with? Charm. Flirtation. Good conversation. The ability to crack a fucking joke. That all comes from sword. I've met plenty of King of Wands and Queen of Wands. They don't know how to use their fire at all. Or they use it in all the wrong ways. They lay it on too fast, too thick. No sense of warm-up. No sense of mental investment. You know, telling stories. Sharing information in a way that's fun and light and gets you hooked and engaged. That's all charm. That's all wit. So some of you might have some really strong air in your chart, particularly Libra. Anyway, FYI. The stingray, that is indication of water, specifically Scorpio, but yes, could be also Cancer. I did see that right here. The chariot, Cancer. Yeah, there might be a dose of water in there, sure. Q and D. All right. Capricorn, I hope this helped you. This was great. I read out of order. Well, for me, I read out of order. For you, it'll appear as normal, but I read Virgo first. I love theirs. I love yours. I gotta do Taurus next. I don't know what to, I never know. I kind of know what to expect from Taurus, but I don't. Sometimes they pull something over on me. But you two, you and Virgo have done great. I'm really enjoying the both of your reads as it concerns itself with sexual energy, what you do with it, what it means to you, how you would like to see it in the future. So this is great. That means you're self-aware. That's excellent. I want to see more of that. I hope I do. But congratulations to you. When your manifestation comes through, they also have to choose to participate. You two are attracting each other. I don't know, but you will in time. Either way, good job. Good job. Keep on it. And then remember, when the timing is right, enjoy each other on the upfront. Okay? Try not to let either one of your tendencies to be anxiety-driven or wall-driven. I know it's looking like the both of you have a tendency to do that. You know? When you feel threatened, take it to a mental place or put up walls. We got to resist that. Okay? It's an obstacle that's been for you both. You're both involved in the same or similar obstacles. So want to move away from that sense of vague feeling and we commit to what that is. It gets easier for the both of you. You kind of both alleviate each other's fears, but just try to enjoy each other in the opening. Okay? You both have the same goal in mind and you'll eventually share it. And then things will fall into place. Okay, that's enough of that. Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Good job. And be well.